JB Cycles with update on March the 16th. So I'm still waiting for that damn 10-week cycle pullback. And so you down here, you see my 10-week cycle, and the next cycle low should be around end of March or early August. So I'm looking for some kind of a pullback here, or consolidation. I'm not expecting anything very bearish here, but some kind of a cycle low, sideways, or a pullback. So that's the scenario from previous week. Yeah, we are kind of doing some kind of a topping formation. Also, I have been warning about this 4-week cycle is maybe not longer valid because we had some very strong solar flares a couple of weeks ago, and such solar flares can change my 4-week cycle. So I warned we should look for any signs that the 4-week cycle has changed, and indeed it's not. The cycle behaves strange. I cannot see this normal cycle behavior here. So something is going on. Maybe it has changed. It's still too early to say. But you know, when this trend line gets broken, something should happen to the downside. And it looks like we are about to be breaking it. But first, let's have a little bit of context. So I am seeing a 28-year cycle, and we are currently at around the cycle high. But you know the cycle high could be any time now in the next couple of 2, 3, 4, 5 years, depending on is it very bullish right translated or more left translated. This 28-year cycle should be of a war type. So we should be expecting or fear there could be serious political unrest and wars. We should have inflation and high rates, or higher rates than we are used to. And then we have the 3.5-year cycle telling us not to worry yet, because we are in the very bullish phase into around winter next year. And very dominant cycle is it's about an 8-month cycle, and the normal cycle here in red, and we have the alternative cycle in green, because sometimes the market shifts from the normal cycle behavior to the alternative version, and that happened here early in 2023. So if we continue to follow, or the S&P continues to follow this alternative version, cycle version, I should mention that many markets are still following the normal cycle, like energy and the Norwegian market. But the S&P is following this alternative version, suggesting we should make a top around April, May, and the next big low around end of June, perhaps. And then we get a top around New Year, and that could or should be the bull market high. But then we could get some kind of a topping formation into the winter and spring, before we then get the bear market, the 3.5-year cycle bear market. But if you are looking at my wavelets for the S&P in daily data, still looks like some kind of a bearish setup here, and my purple wavelet is starting to change shape here. So still this looks like a similar setup like here and back here. So still not sure what it will be. You know, if we place this rectangle, it suggests I'm placing it at the light blue wavelet top. It gives us caution in this period. Same here, but That gave us a higher low, and right now it says next 2 weeks we have to be careful. Expect some kind of a ABC pattern. It could be sideways or a downtrend. So going over to the hourly data for Dow Jones Industrial. Last week I said maybe the 2-week oscillation has shifted, excuse me, into this configuration. Yeah, and right now indeed it looks like the 2-week oscillation has shifted. And also here in black we should notice that actually the Dow Jones is starting to give us something that looks like a sideways ABC consolidation. But still I think we have a pullback ahead, and we should look for a low. Well, first this coming week there could be a low around Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we have to see if we squeeze right back up to the all-time high again, or if we get a shoulder and then a lower low. And looking at Dow Jones Industrial, we see here's my 10-week cycle down here with the yellow arrows, and the actual, well, that's the average 10-week cycle. We see this 10-week cycle low was a bit late, but this cycle low was back at the normal time, and this was a 10-week cycle low. So from this average length of this 10-week oscillation, we should expect a low as I just showed you around this point. That would be in 2.5 weeks, so around early April, end of March. Yeah, and that should allow us to complete some kind of a ABC move to the downside or more sideways. So I guess that was all of it. So currently I'm not trusting my 4-week cycle, and I do expect some kind of a pullback coming up here, making or giving us a 10-week cycle low, and then we should rally in April. So, see ya!